Hi folks, Job Comics here. Another old lost classic comic for you to look at. I was always a fan of Charlton, despite the poor print and the cheapest paper in comic book history. I always really enjoyed reading Charlton comics books. I had a particular love for E-Man when I was younger, and I really loved the old Ghosts comics they used to do, Ghost Manor and Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library, all those kind of things were always great. And they did have a superhero line, and this isn't really a superhero line, but it did manage to catch the zeitgeist of the 70s with a martial arts comic, and this is the first issue of Yang. It's from, I think, 1973, I want to say. I could be wrong. Yeah, 73. And it is the usual kind of kung fu fare. If you can find plenty of videos on YouTube about the history of Charlton Comics and the strange way that the company would run, and how they would use the printing presses to do comics at night time, because it was cheaper to keep the presses running rather than to turn them off and put them all back on again. So cheap paper, but creative license was given to the writers and the artists. So you had the likes of Steve Ditko doing a lot of work at Charlton as well, and although they had to work within a certain framework, there was no real editorial policy saying you should be doing this and you should be doing that. So Yang and ran, actually, there was a couple of series of Yang. I think there was even a follow-up, House of Yang, as well. I could be wrong, but anyway, whatever your thoughts are on this subject, here's a look at the first issue of Yang, in case you ever want to pick one of these up. There you go, gang. So that's the first issue of Yang from Charlton Comics. If you ever see any old Charltons in a cheap box, just grab them and have a look through them. If you're any kind of comic book fan, you'll be able to appreciate what they were doing there at the company. And it's quite a rabbit hole if you dig into it. So I hope you enjoyed looking at that, and hope you remember Charlton Comics and when you're picking some back issues up. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.